Melbourne Knights travelled to Green Gully Reserve on Saturday afternoon for their round 11 NPL Victoria clash with western suburb neighbour Green Gully. The match would be the first of two games in quick succession against the same opponent, with the Knights hosting Gully on Tuesday in a Doherty Cup fixture. Andrew Marth's men came into the contest on the back of a win against Port Melbourne, which saw the breaking of a 7-game losing streak. Marth made two changes to his starting 11 from last Sunday's win over Port Melbourne, with Cheyenne Alinejad and Michael Sims coming in for Daniel Višević and Luke Jurčić. Višević came off last weekend with a slight groin complaint, but was sidelined against Gully due to a workplace-related hand injury. Jurčić dropped to the bench.
Yeah, I'm on the other side, Rob.
For Green Gully, they also made two changes to the squad that defeated Hume City in the previous round, with the injured Brent Fisher and Adrian Vanicki making way for Mitch Bissinger and Jem Burkhamp. On the bench for Gully, number 8 Jason Hain, 21 Brian Vaniga, 22 Peter Mataferri, number 23 Dylan Ibrahim, and number 37 Matthew Reid. After Knights got things underway from the kick-off, the away side enjoyed a much more dominant first period than their opponents, where they were able to create a number of goal-scoring opportunities. The first signs of attacking intent came barely 5 minutes into the contest, after some good wing play from Anthony Colosimo found Cheyenne Alinejad inside the box. A good early chance for Marth's men, with only some desperate Gully defending keeping Alinejad out. Up the other end, Gully had a gilt-edged chance of their own, when a square ball inside the box found Matthew Sanders. Just over 10 minutes played and Knights were looking dangerous again. A ball over the top from Suri picked out Batur, but the makeshift forward was deemed to have fouled Roddy Vargas, and Alinejad's subsequent strike was in vain. Goalkeeper Chris May was one of the Knights' most influential players on the day, with the 28-year-old pulling off a number of good saves, including one in the 18th minute to deny Bissinger. Seconds after May's save, controversy erupted when a Batur shot inside the box seemed to have been impeded by the arm of Sean Harding. But the referee waved play on, despite the assistant referee being in a good position. Knights continued to look dangerous on the break, and showed another signal of intent in the 23rd minute, when some shaky keeping from Gonzalez let Uskok put a dangerous ball into the box. From the subsequent corner, Ivan Gurgic went inches close to opening the scoring, when a shot from inside the 6-yard box was saved at point-blank range by Gonzalez. It was one of the better chances of the match for the Knights, but the Gully keeper did well to smother the ball. Just before the half-hour mark, many inside Green Gully Reserve thought the away side had been awarded a penalty, when a Colosimo cross was handballed by Mitch Bissinger.
Yes. Yeah, handball.
Well done, linesman.
Penalty.
Well done, linesman.
Yeah, well, linesman gave it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, I know, because he said like that. One of these, he's pulled up. 100%. 100%.
But after appearing to have pointed to the penalty spot, the referee conferred with his assistant and correctly awarded a free kick just outside the area. From that free kick, the Knights went ever so close again, with Serbanovsky failing to put his header on target. Roughly 5 minutes out from the half-time break, Knights had two good chances, from Suri at a corner kick and Shine Alinejad moments later. Gully struggled to create any good chances in the back end of the first half, but did try from range in one instance, just before the interval, when Harding had a go from almost halfway. So despite good opportunities from both sides, the teams entered the break at 0-0. Moments into the second half, Shane Alinejad darted towards the box, showing good pace, but his eventual wayward shot lacked any real power. 55 minutes into the contest, and Gully took the lead through Roddy Vargas, when a training ground set piece found the defender in the 6-yard box. There were shouts for handball in the lead up to the goal, but the Green Gully players were unfazed with the indecision after breaking the deadlock. That goal sparked a prolonged period of attack from the home side, with Asagi Ediraro almost setting up a teammate in the box, but a good Kovacic clearance evaded the danger. Seconds later though, Gully were able to wrestle back possession and set up Sanders at the back post. But the Gully man's audacious bicycle kick attempt went out for a goal kick. Youngster Leo Athanasio showed glimpses of potential seen in last weekend's win over Port Melbourne, and was able to fashion a chance after beating two opponents, but his shot was saved with somewhat ease by Gonzalez. That was one of the last impacts Athanasio had on the game, as he was substituted shortly after when he made way for fellow youth player Anthony Giselle. Just over the hour mark, and Kovacic found himself in the referee's book when a late tackle on Harding warranted a caution. From the resulting free kick, the fouled Harding was able to cut inside and force a good save from Chris May. Despite Gully being the dominant side in the second period, Knights were able to fashion a handful of chances, with Batur unable to touch the ball towards goal after a good Alinejad ball. With 20 minutes left on the clock, Andrew Marth decided to make his second change of the day, with Sam Torrens coming back from injury to replace Anthony Colosimo. Shortly after, and it was Gully's turn to appeal for a penalty, when a trailing Kovacic arm clipped the ball. But the home side recouped and forced a good double save from Chris May. Ten minutes out from the full-time whistle, and May made himself big again while one-on-one with a Gully player. The Knights' shot-stoppers form continued in the following minutes, when he produced two great saves to deny a trademark Vargas header and an Osagi strike. With not long left in the match, Marth made his third and final change, when young forward Luke Jurcic came on for captain Bansuri. Jurcic had a chance shortly after, when he latched onto a strike while most players were concerned with a handball appeal. But Gully were able to block. Seconds later, and Uskok had a glancing header chance, but he put the ball wide of the target. So defeat for the Knights in the league, but Mart's men will look to rally in the Cup against the same opponent on Tuesday. Knights goalkeeper Chris May spoke to the press after the game.
Chris, another disappointing, narrow defeat. Just what are your overall thoughts on that?
Well, it's disappointing, like I say, but just first half we were by far the better team. Again, another case of not putting our chances away, I'd say. But then second half, to be honest, they deserved probably to get the 3 points because we were like a different team second half. We didn't perform. Our possession wasn't good. We kept giving it away. Didn't really create too much second half, but it's just how it's going at the moment, I suppose. What
changed at half time? Because I know what you're saying. Knights definitely looked to be the better team in the first half, but it fell away a little bit in the second half. What do you think the reason was behind that?
It's hard to say. No one deliberately goes out and not play so well second half, but I think the first 5 minutes were critical and we gave the ball away a few times, so it gave them a bit of a sniff, and they got their goal, got their backs up, and then we were pretty much chasing it from there. It's hard to say what makes that happen. It's momentum perhaps, but who knows.
What did you make of Green Gully?
They're always a good side, they're always physical. Got some players that have played at a higher level. I think come Tuesday when we play them in the Cup, it'll be another close game, and hopefully we'll get a result there then to make up for it.
This sort of lack of danger in attack is probably down to injuries to key players and not really having anyone that can fill the void. Do you think it's an area where the club really needs to strengthen when the transfer window opens?
Oh yeah, 100%. We've known that for a long time. You can't have your 5 key attacking players out injured and expect to be tearing teams to shred. But that said, even with the players we've got out there, we have created chances, and maybe with those more experienced players we might put those away, but 100% we know we've got a couple of players coming in the transfer window, and they're going to make a big difference.
You stepped up with a couple of important saves throughout the game. I know it's quite disappointing to lose, but from a personal point of view, what did you make of your performance tonight?
Yeah, made some saves, but I'd trade all those saves just for a win, But it's nice to play well, but you want to play well and get a win. So, like I say, I'd rather win the game and probably play not so good and get the result,
What do you think is going to be worked on during the week to try and get a result next time?
Well, obviously it's going to be a difficult week because we've got the game on Tuesday, so I think we're going to train Monday. That'll probably be just a light session, but it's difficult to really work on anything with the depleted squad. We've got so many players out. Training's been difficult. We haven't been able to work on shape because, to be honest, we don't really know who we're going to end up having in our starting 11 come the weekend. So it's tough.
As you said, you're probably the better of the sides in the first half, but a lot of players went missing in the second half. Is that happening a lot this season?
No, not really. I think more so today, for whatever reason. Maybe their experience showed a little bit more over some of the youngsters that we had out there, but I wouldn't say that's been the case in the games that we've lost previously. We've competed pretty well up until the final whistle, but just unfortunately today we just we couldn't get in the swing of things the second half, I suppose.